The paradox of indifference. Why women are addicted to emotionally unavailable men. In a world obsessed with validation, charm, and confidence, a strange paradox often emerges in romantic dynamics. Many women find themselves emotionally hooked on men who act indifferent, detached, or emotionally unavailable. The podcast Try Letter 1 if 7 C letter 1 E3M ZA, emotional soulmate, masterfully unpacks this dynamic. Not through scientific jargon or flashy new theories, but by revisiting timeless emotional truths that have quietly governed human behavior for generations. This article explores, in expert psychological detail, why women become emotionally addicted to men who treat them like they're nothing, and what this says about our internal emotional conditioning, unmet needs, and the power of presence over performance. The addictive pull of emotional uncertainty. Women aren't addicted to being ignored. They're addicted to what's unresolved. When a man acts like he doesn't care, like the woman has no power over him, her nervous system is forced into uncertainty. And in psychology, uncertainty triggers obsessive focus. The mind craves closure. When a woman can't read a man, she invests more attention trying to solve him. His distance becomes a puzzle, and that puzzle becomes addictive. Emotional unpredictability activates the reward circuits in the brain more than steady affection. This is not about being cruel. It's about how emotional ambiguity mimics the thrill of the chase, and how many women, often unconsciously, link that thrill to attraction. The myth of new is better, and why emotional basics still work. The podcast host emphasizes a crucial insight. There is nothing new in this message. That's not a flaw. That's the truth. Much like how walking is a timeless form of movement, emotional simplicity is a timeless form of attraction. A man who is deeply grounded, who doesn't try too hard, who isn't eager to please, that man radiates something rare in today's chaotic world, emotional stillness. The attraction isn't to his neglect, it's to his self-possession. Women feel that. They interpret it, rightly or wrongly, as strength, mystery, leadership. Because it feels different from the endless validation-seeking behaviors of most modern men. Self-respect is rare, and that rarity becomes irresistible. When a man isn't seeking approval, isn't chasing, isn't constantly checking in to make sure he's being liked, he signals something powerful. I'm already enough, with or without you. This message is hypnotic to women who are used to being pursued, flattered, or catered to. It reverses the typical dynamic. The man becomes the emotional prize, and this reversal taps into a deep subconscious pattern. What we can't easily have, we value more. Ironically, it's not the disrespect that's attractive. It's the emotional boundaries. The man's lack of need becomes the woman's emotional craving. Consistency builds results. Indifference builds curiosity. The podcast host beautifully compares self-improvement to something as mundane as walking. It's simple, ancient, unsexy. But it works if done consistently. Likewise, many emotionally disciplined men are not flashy. They're not doing game, running scripts, or seducing with words. Instead, they radiate calm detachment, which ironically makes them more attractive than the overly expressive man who tries too hard. In the realm of attraction, indifference is not passive, it is potent. A man who knows his value doesn't feel the need to announce it. And because he doesn't overshare, overtalk, or overexpose himself emotionally, he creates curiosity, and curiosity drives obsession. Emotional scarcity triggers pursuit. Much like how modern people ignore the simple act of walking in favor of more complex workout routines, only to return to walking later for results, women often overlook simple, emotionally healthy men. Instead, many chase the man who withholds. Why? Because emotional scarcity is often interpreted by the female psyche as value. If he's not offering himself to everyone, then what's so special about me that he gives me even a little? This emotional scarcity acts like luxury branding. The less available he is, the more desirable he becomes. The real danger: emotional projection and self-deception. One of the most profound insights from try K letter 1EF7 C letter 1EA3M is the psychological trap we all fall into, projecting depth onto simplicity, or dismissing simplicity as unworthy. This happens in attraction too. When a woman encounters a man who shows little emotion, she often fills in the blanks herself. He must be strong, mysterious, confident. But sometimes he's just emotionally unavailable. And here's the paradox: her imagination becomes more powerful than his reality. She falls for what she thinks he might be, not what he actually is. How to break the addiction: don't dismiss what's familiar. The host's core lesson is timeless and applies directly here. Don't dismiss something just because it's familiar. Healthy affection, genuine interest, emotional consistency. These may feel boring at first, but they are the emotional equivalents of walking, simple, reliable, and transformative over time. If you're a woman addicted to emotionally distant men, ask yourself: do I equate distance with strength? Do I chase because I need to be chosen? Am I mistaking mystery for emotional maturity? Sometimes the most powerful emotional revolution isn't about finding something new. It's about honoring what's always worked. Final reflection: the power of simplicity in love. Women don't fall for coldness. They fall for the emotional stillness they interpret as power. The solution isn't to become manipulative or act like you don't care, but to truly build a life where you're centered, grounded, and emotionally full, with or without anyone's approval. That's the energy that creates gravity. And as try K letter 1F7 C letter 1EA3M reminds us, it's not about looking for the new. It's about consistently practicing the good, the simple, the real. Because in love, as in life, the things that last are rarely loud, but always present.